playing video games in some way or another. Whoa, you're leaving. Whoa, 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 you're leaving. Hey, 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 you're leaving. Playing video games in some way, one way or another, makes one more prone to success, because in some way it makes us take a person that has been playing video games their whole life. They have been playing like a game that has a goal, a certain end goal, and that goal has never been like goddamn, it doesn't appear as clear in life as it does in video games, the goal. Because in a goal, goddamn, I can't speak at these times of the morning. Your goal, IRL, you have to decide it by yourself, but inside a video game it is predetermined. And of course it is like the same goal for everybody, rather, inside a video. For example, I don't know, like take Minecraft, like the Ender Dragon, I guess, I don't know. There's shit to do after that, of course, but like, you know, the main goal is to do, like, kill that thing, bro. Like, kill that big ass black dragon, right? So we could agree that, like, somebody that has played video games for a solid part, let's say, I don't know, we could say like 12 years of their life or something. Like, let's say a 60-year-old kid has played video games for, since he was like 4 years old or something like that. Some crazy shit like that, which would not be like that, like, strange to see nowadays, to be fair. So a kid is playing video games since he's 4 years old. And since he is 4 years old, he has been being subjected to a goal, and he has been subjected to the idea of achieving said goal. Because if you've played video games for a while, like for 12 years, like this random kid has, like this rhetorical kid has played, you would have gotten better at some game. You would have like achieved some things in some games, and you would have, if you're some like just a little bit like introspective and just a little bit, I wouldn't even say smart about it, because you don't even have to be smart. You just have to think about it a little bit. So you can get some interesting life lessons from video games, which is fucking sounds stupid, but it's facts. I'm gonna put this peanut butter caramel protein weird ass bar behind so that you can see me better. There you go. Perfect. Who needs a tripod, right? Anyway, so video games are kind of overpowered. Not to play, but to have played. It's a difference, because now I'm like, I don't play video games, but I have been playing video games for like a vast part of my life. Okay, for a very long part of my life, I have been playing video games. Like, it hasn't been the main, like, addiction in some way. And you can see that, like, when I played video games, like, there were two types of, like, people. Like, in my house, at least, there were, like, two types of people who played video games, really, until my sister started playing. So my older brother, he liked to, like, play video games, but find new games and play those new games, and like just venture into new games. And that's why in my PS4s and PS5s we have a shit ton of games, because my brother just loves playing new games. But what I liked was finding one game that I liked and just delving into that, like, head first for a long time. And I can look back and think of how that helped me, like, because I can extract so many things that I did during my video game era that just leads me to know, oh shit, the caramel bar is falling down. It leads me to know that I'm just gonna, like, that I can apply those things that I did in the past as a kid while playing video games. I can apply them to now. So, for example, from very early on, there were some, like, I don't know. For example, the first video game that I really did, like, start getting into, at least that I could remember, that I really got into, because at start, like, when I started playing, this is just a random rant video, to be fair. So when I started playing video games, I started playing out with my brother and shit. Like, we played Lego games and all this bullshit together, and all the Wii games and whatever. So we played stuff together. But then we started to like play different shit, you know, because I delved more into, well, I'd say like general, but like there was no real general, because like the thing I liked was shooting games, because it was just fucking like, it was the leaderboard, I guess, was more clear. So that's also something else. So like, I feel like everybody, like people who have played video games, also depending on the type of video game that you've played, it makes you more competitive. So like the people who have played, let's take it for example, the video game that I played for a very long time, like in my childhood eras before I moved on to PC, and the PS4 and all this, was Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I was so in love with that game, and it made no sense. Like I played I played that game so much, it made no sense. And I don't know. So let's see. Like a lesson that I can extract from playing Black Ops 3 is the idea of like moving your goals forward. What do I mean by that? I mean, like when you achieve a goal, you have to set another goal that is further down the line, because if not, you're going to be stripped of your motivation and your discipline and your drive towards a goal. So basically, in Black Ops 3, you had like gun skins. Like you had these skins that you can put on your guns to make them look pretty, and you could have these achievements where like you could get your gun to be gold, and you could get your gun to be diamond. And so you got your gun to be gold by completing certain challenges. It was like get like 100 headshots or whatever, and then you had to do some specific challenges. And so if you did that for the entirety of a class or a subclass, so like sniper rifles, for example, you got diamond. If you got gold on all your sniper rifles, you got diamond on all of them, but only on sniper rifles. And if you got diamond on every single class, so basically if you got gold on every single weapon in the game, you unlock this thing called dark matter, which is by far the best. I don't see any Call of Duty videos. I don't watch any of this shit anymore, but it is by far the best camouflage that has ever existed. It's so sexy, it makes absolutely no sense. And so like when I achieved this, so I grinded so long to get, because I was just a random kid, went to class and came back, studied, and then fucking played some video games. And every time that I played video games, it was just the constant thing of going on Black Ops 3 and grinding for this one goal. And you know what I did when I achieved that goal? I was like happy for a while because I achieved dark matter. Oh shit, whatever, fuck yeah, I did it. But then when I fucking, like, a couple months after, you know what I did? Because I just achieved the actual goal, because I was prestige master level 500 something, like crazy shit. And I reset my stats. Like I reset my stats, my whole account was reset because I voluntarily did it. Because unconsciously I knew that I had been stripped from my drive to play the game. So the game had become in some way boring. So I decided that I had to like reset it, because there was no other thing to like do anymore. So that's where I first learned that like when you achieve a goal, you have to set something further. And after that, like getting dark matter, I got dark matter again, but I didn't prestige master, so I like stayed at below prestige, whatever. That doesn't really matter. So I got dark matter again in way less time. So it was way easier the second time. And I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know. This is some other like random like life lesson, I guess. Like when something isn't working, I guess, if something isn't working, you gotta try something different. And if something different isn't working, you gotta try something new. And so for the longest time, I was I was playing fucking Black Ops 3, and I played with like regular guns, you know, like machine guns and stuff, and like try-harding and like trying to get as many kills as possible. And then I tried to like change attachments and try to change my main classes, my main guns, the main stuff that I used. Just change it up a bit. And it didn't work. I still didn't have fun. Because I was like, oh yeah, this try-harding isn't like, yeah, it's fun and sometimes, but like, it's not half of the time. Because yeah, sure, it's fun to get like nukes and all this shit, but like, you're just sweating your balls off, just fully concentrating into gaming. Yeah, that's fun, but like, I started to not have fun with that, like doing that. So I was like, God damn, let me try something new. And subconsciously, this is when I figured that, at least that little tip out. Like, and when I tried something new, I tried, okay, I have no idea how to, like, I saw a video of people like quick scoping, and I was like, what the fuck? What the shit? And so since that moment, and this is like another tip that I'll fucking give you guys, which is like, whoever watches this video, it'll be fucking hilarious. Because if you watch this video and if you like Black Ops 3, you're gonna have way more fun. So I started quick scoping, and I was so bad at it for the first like month or 2 or 3 or even 4 months. I was just so horrible at like quick scoping. And this is where I learned 2 things. One, like the power of focus. So I started going into every game, and you could see, if you checked it out, like every single one of my classes was a sniper. And most of them were the same exact sniper, but with different classes. And like very, very minimally changed. And most of them had the same sight on, which was no sight on the Locust sniper. Because it was so overpowered and so beautiful. So I'm just thinking about the scope in my mind right now. Just fucking one-tapping somebody with that. Just fucking awesome. So that's where I started getting better because of that. Because I started using nothing else. And sure, I could, like, I was worse at, like, I don't know, using different snipers or using different sights on my sniper. Sure, yeah. But what I got by class, or one of the classes, basically what I got the sniper without a sight, which is like the regular sight that it had, I could destroy fucking anybody. Like, I felt completely overpowered. And sure, that helped me find focus. And it helped me find the power of focus, really. And something else that I really found myself that was so helpful for me, and obviously, like, for me in the, like, then, you know what I mean, for, like, my goals then, because my goal had transferred from anything related to, like, the game, in terms of anything that could appear on the game. Well, I lie, because there was this, like, you could have a main weapon that you used, and I found it, like, I admired it so much when you went on a person's profile, and the first weapon, and the weapon they most used was a sniper. You would just shit your pants. You would be like, what the fuck? Especially if they had a lot of kills with it. So I started, like, figure it out how to get better. And what are the ways that I found to get better was, funnily enough, I found this server. Like, I started, like, finding people and also quickscoped. And I found this one friend who I really hope, like, I have this subtle dream where my friend Becky, well, his name's not Becky, his name's Kian. He's from UK. And who was so fucking good at sniping and so great to play with and so fun. I love that kid. And he turned into a boxer, and he won some tournaments, which I'm so proud of that guy. And I doubt he remembers me, but I'm the type of guy to, like, never, like, forget a guy, like, never forget a person, never forget a face. So, like, I hope I find that guy, and I hope that guy did the same I did in some way, in some regard, and, like, delved into entrepreneurship. I hope I can find Kian again. That would be absolutely lovely. Well, regardless, so I found Kian and we started playing together, and we found that a certain game mode inside the multiplayer Black Ops 3 lobbies was filled with like just snipers. And so we went on here. And sometimes you would get into these things that people did, which was by far the greatest and funnest experiences that I have ever had in Black Ops 3 ever, and by far, without a single doubt in my mind, the most fun ever. These little things called sniper lobbies, where it was exactly what it sounds. It was, I don't know how many people. I think it was like a 6v6 or like an 11 versus 11 or something like that. And so you had like 20 people. Everybody had a sniper on. Every single person. And every single person went to the same places. So sometimes you would see people, more other people than me, to be perfectly honest with you. Why? Because of something that I'll explain in a second. And you would see people get like stupid kills, but like stupid, like, you know, quad feeds where people got like quintuple, like 5 feeds, 6 feeds, 7 feeds, like full feeds. It was complete and absolutely crazy. It's by far the funnest thing ever. Why? Because I started getting so much better at Black Ops 3, especially at sniping. Why? Because I found that if you put yourself in an environment where you're surrounded by people who are shit, aka normal lobbies, your standard is mediocre, and your standard is basically at the level of these people, or just a little bit above. But when I started delving into sniper lobbies and started hanging out with people who were no shit, like fucking demons behind the fucking controller and behind the sniper sight, it made no sense how good these people were. And these people were like, were the kind of guys who played on. So you had sensitivity on this game. So it was basically how fast and how sensitive, obviously, how fast you could look around. Like, goddamn, probably everybody here knows what sensitivity is on your fucking controller or on your mouse and keyboard, whatever. And so these people, I played on like 8 sensitivity. These were people that played on 14 sensitivity, which was the max you could have on controller. And they just enjoy the living shit out of it. And they spun 7 times and hit you in the face. Anyway, so you see these guys and you would start to think, holy shit, I am nothing. I suck. I'm just completely horrible. Hola. Person, the dog. What? Just randomly recorded dog taking a shit. My bad. My bad, dog. So yeah, if you're ever like thinking that you're plateauing in some way, take a step back, look at your environment, and check it out. Because like, you could be hanging out with the people that are doing way more than you, because you have to understand that there are people out there that are doing so much more than you. And not only, and you could be like, yeah, no, but those people already made it. They already have shit to work on. No, there's people out there exactly like you, which have nothing which they want. They are like very far away from their goals, to put it like that. And they're still putting stupid amount of hours in. So, if you're plateauing, find your environment. And some people think that the environment is a limiter because it's a physical idea. No. Your environment also constitutes who you see on a regular basis on YouTube, who you see on a regular basis on social media, even on Netflix. If you're watching a Netflix series and you were very invested in one of the characters, then especially if it's a main character, you will identify with that main character and start to enact his ideas, basically, in some way. or act like that person. So you can change your environment, like voluntarily, especially if you think of it like this. The more people you have in your environment, the harder it's going to be to understand where certain traits are coming from. So the number one tip that I could give anybody really would be, in some way, especially if you're starting out, reduce your environment. And that way you can find out who's really there for you, who's there for like fucking parties, who's there for like drugs, who's there for like some other shit. You know what I mean? So like you can really trim it down, and you have to understand that hopefully, obviously, everybody's gonna be there 2 years from now. Everybody's gonna be there 5-10 years from now. Hopefully, of course. And you can either be with them during the whole thing and let nothing change in some regards, or see them fucking 2 years later, 5 years later, and every time you see them, let it be like, oh shit, bro, how you doing? What's up? Oh my god, long time no see. And let it be super hype, super amazing. Like, that's just another thing. Like, I don't think it's that bad, because like I've left a lot of friends behind. It might sound bad, but like I've spent a lot of time where I don't see a lot of my friends. Like, there's a solid 2 people that I see on a regular basis now, and that's it. And that's my girlfriend and Diego, because he's my partner, and because that sounds gay. Because he's my partner in terms of like business partner, and because we do calisthenics together. Which now I'm waiting for him, and he doesn't look like he's gonna fucking appear, but hey, whatever. And yeah. Also, keep in mind that it's not just reduced to these 2 people. Obviously, I have my family, but keep in mind that I don't really listen to shit on what my family has to say, because I don't think that any of I do process it, and maybe some things are helpful, but 90% of the things that they tell me are just bullshit. So, why listen? Honestly. And that's another thing, like, understand that that's not the only people in my life. In terms of digitally, like in the digital world, in terms of who I see, I also associate myself to the people who I see on a regular basis. I already said this, but just to look it into your mind a little bit more. And it's basically, if you're on YouTube watching, I don't know, fucking you fucking know what I mean. You probably know what I mean already. You probably already know what I mean already, right? Don't you? Oh shit. Speak of the devil, bro. Dude, honestly, every time that I talk about this motherfucker, he just appears, doesn't he? Every time. Yeah, bro. ¿Cómo estamos? Yeah.